Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Upon reading the Bible's account of creation, I noticed that the first 3 days, He separated things. On day 1, He created light, then separated light from darkness, day from night. On day 2, He made land and divided the heavens from the earth. The 3rd day, He separated the land and water. That's a lot of separation. I know when I get started on a project like cleaning out a closet or making a scrapbook, I have to organize first. So I separate everything into piles. It gets pretty messy, and it's not liable to get done all in one sitting. But I hate to walk away from it, to get back to it later. It looks like the room has exploded with stuff, but it's always in thoughtful piles. Now, whether I remember which piles I'd thought of when I came back to it, well, that's another story. But once I've finished organizing, I can get down to business, and things go more smoothly. God's the ultimate organizer, so He starts with separation. Sometimes when He starts separating us from things in our life, we know He's starting a project. Maybe it's a habit or an addiction God wants to separate you from. Maybe it's a relationship, a toxic friendship that's been sucking out all your energy, and God needs to work on each of you separately. What things might He be trying to separate you from that aren't good for you? Are you holding on to them or cooperating with Him and letting go? Or perhaps it's not something that's innately bad. For example, every time my husband got promoted so we'd have to move, I could look back and see how God had gently separated me from friends, relatives, and church members in that area, so it wouldn't be as painful to say goodbye. And when my husband separated from that particular job, though it was painful, we later realized God's wisdom in bringing us out of there. A few years afterward, that organization went fully online, which would have eliminated my husband's job. Instead, God already had us established in a new community, the exact place He wanted us to be, right next door to my in-laws, when we found out that my husband's dad had Alzheimer's. God knew exactly what He was doing. More recently, God has separated me from something good, Bible study fellowship. I've been studying and leading in BSF for almost 20 years, but this year, He's having me step out of leadership. So I know He has something else in mind. God's starting a project in my life. It might get a little messy, but I know if I cooperate, I'll get to see Him work. Right now, He's just getting started. How about you? Have you seen God separating you from even good things to have something even better waiting for you? Do you feel Him separating you now, preparing you for something new? How can you cooperate with Him?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.